Hi, this is Kirk, the Bariatric Carnivore. Well, you gotta admit, it kind of looks like a giant conspiracy going on, that there's some James Bond villain rubbing their hands together trying to destroy the planet or something like that. And I know that can look that way to a lot of folks. When you look at the totality of where we are as far as our health is concerned in this country, it doesn't look good. I mean, there are more cases of dementia and Alzheimer's disease going on and being diagnosed this year than any time in the history of the planet. Heart disease is still the #1 killer. Cancers are killing people at a rapid rate and a surprisingly increasing rate. We have a country that's 60% obese or certainly overweight. Type 2 diabetes is going through the roof. Type 2 diabetes amongst kids, 30% of them. I mean, you're looking at all these different horrible health markers that are costing us trillions of dollars, and it's only getting worse, and you're just sitting there going, what the heck is going on? Well, frankly, I don't think it's because there's one big conspiracy trying to make America unhealthy, that's trying to make it impossible for us to fight a major war, because 70% of the people that we need to fight them are ineligible because of weight or drug use. No, I think it's because, frankly, we've kind of taken our eyes off the ball and we've allowed experts to control our way of thinking for way too long. And frankly, we're in a great time where people are finally waking up to the fact that, these experts, frankly, don't know everything. I mean, anybody who lived through COVID the last few years and was paying attention realized that those guys were doing some pretty horrible things, and a lot of it was very wrong, and it produced no noticeable results and didn't change anything. So why am I listening to them? And you've got to realize, and you listen to somebody like Callie Means and stuff like that, you realize that a lot of the top influencers, the media is bought off by Big Pharma, not directly, but they fund 60% of the ads that are on TV news programs. And as a result, they're buying their complicit silence in this whole situation. Big Food buys off a lot of big name people. For instance, Tufts University was given a major grant by RJR Nabisco to put together a food list that showed that Cheerios was much healthier than an egg. An ultra-processed food was better for you than real food. That is just incredible. And they do this all the time, and they tell everybody that says, hey, what's the problem? Well, there's no proof. They will tell you with a straight face that there's no proof that a low-carb carnivore diet is the best diet for people to eat, because frankly there isn't any, because there will never be a study ever to come out with a randomized controlled trial that will show one diet is better than another diet. It's impossible. And as a result, because of the lack of proof, we end up relying on the quote-unquote opinion of experts, and many of whom have been bought off by large corporate interest. So what do you do about it? Well, frankly, it's kind of what happened to me 7 years ago. And the reason why I know it was 7 years ago is I just got a reminder from Facebook that I had posted this picture up 7 years ago. And what this was my new food. 7 years ago, this week, I removed everything from my house that was ultra processed. I got rid of all the vegetable oils, I got rid of all the sugar and spices and everything else, and replaced everything with this. And because I was beginning a keto diet, I'd been researching it for almost 6 months and decided that I really thought that was the most healthy way to eat. And I remember looking at that pile of food going, oh my God, this is turning the food pyramid upside down. Frankly, I don't know if this is going to kill me or make me healthy, but I know this much. I've been doing something for years, and my health has declined. I was on 10 medications up until that point. every single day. And what I had been eating wasn't working. And when I switched over to this, I got off all of them. And eventually I went, about 3 years ago, I went completely carnivore. I took up low carb and kicked it up a notch. And I've only gotten healthier. And all the time I've been doing it. See, if you want to make change, one way of doing it is to take a look at what the unhealthy do. And don't do that. I mean, seriously, take a look at what unhealthy people eat. And you're going to notice that they're eating ultra-processed food. Many of them are eating this low-calorie, low-fat stuff, and they're just ridiculously unhealthy. I mean, only 10% of this country is metabolically healthy. There's not enough of those folks to study. But you can look at the unhealthy people and just don't do what they do. And what you're going to find, I've done enough studies and I've watched enough people that have been doing low carb to realize they're pretty damn healthy. I have yet to run across somebody that's been really ridiculously committed to doing a low carb lifestyle that has been an unhealthy person that I don't want anything to do with. So just take a look at what the people that you don't like, and you look at their health and going, yeah, I'm not going to be like that. I don't want to do that. What do? Find out what they do and don't do it. And it's kind of amazing what happens is, when you start changing your diet and you start eating real food and getting, eating healthy fats and eating beef and bacon, eggs, butter, get rid of the margarine and all that stuff, and really start eating real foods, how much better you're going to feel. And if you just walk for 45 minutes a day in the sun, you're going to be feeling remarkably better. And that's going to lead to better sleep, which is going to help improve your health too. Now, a couple of caveats that I will give you. One of them is, look, realize that when you get healthier, you're probably going to be coming off a lot of medications. And this is particularly problematic if you're a type 2 diabetic who's been using insulin, in which case you're really going to need to work with your healthcare provider to come off of the insulin as your blood sugars come down, or you're going to overdose on it. Or if you're on blood pressure medicine, when you become more metabolically healthy, your blood pressure is going to come down and you're going to start getting really lightheaded, and you're going to have to reduce your dosages on these things. So, you're probably going to have to invest in a blood pressure monitor at home so you can gauge where you are. Because it's not easy, believe it or not, coming off of these medications. I mean, one of the hardest ones that I came off of was actually for my GERD. The hardest medication I ever came off of was over-the-counter stuff that I've been taking for GERD and heartburn, and I had to wean off of that over the course of 2 months. It's not easy, but it is possible. And there's going to be some changes in your diet and lifestyle. You don't have to pay for all this stuff out of pocket. You've got a health savings account. So work with your medical provider to get prescriptions for a cow and for low-carb food, and use that health savings account to help defray some of the cost of this stuff. You can get a gym membership paid for with tax-free money if you have a prescription, because medicine doesn't have to be a prescription. It actually can be anything that your doctor says is medicine. And if you can get a script for it, you can use tax-deductible money for it. This is Kirk, the Bariatric Carnivore. I try to put out a couple messages each week. I'm hoping that you have great health, that you will take advantage of this time in history to realize that, what we've been sold over the years has just not worked. We're having more and more health problems, and it's costing trillions of dollars. Now is the time to start changing your way of life and your way of eating. Try to put out a couple of messages each week. Do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button. I will talk to you again soon.